Hello, everybody. I hope you have had a nice event. And soil does not have a voice. So our goal with eAgronom is to speak for the soil. And this is what this event is all about. Anyways, as I think it was introduced, then my name is Robin, and I'm CEO and founder of eAgronom. So I will speak a bit about eAgronom history, and then about the present day, and then about the future a bit as well. But one thing I know is that the future, hopefully, we will continue doing these similar events, but we'll have 10 times or even more times farmers. So this is the first big event we have had in Latvia, and you are the pioneers. And we will have many more, and I'm sure there will be way more farmers in the future, so it's super exciting times right now. But a bit about history is that I'm coming also from the farming family. So this is a picture of me and my father 25 years ago. When we started with eAgronom, I said 20 years ago. Now it's already 25 years ago. Anyways, my father is a farmer, organic farmer, and my grandfather is conventional farmer. So basically, I'm in the middle of those two worlds. But I ended up studying computer science, and then in 2016, ended up building a tool to manage our family farm. All right? And next thing you know, farmers started calling us and saying that they heard that we have some kind of tool to manage the farm, to do the government reporting and so on, and they want to start using it as well. And obviously, we started working with them, and because at the time I was still studying the computer science, we teamed up with some other brilliant guys who know more about programming, and ended up building really cool tools. And these are two guys and celebrating a lot also. We started in 2016 summer, and then 2017, end of the first quarter, already almost half of Estonian farmers were using our tool. So that was, then we understood that this is something that we would like to share also with farmers in Latvia and other countries as well. We raised some capital from investors, team got bigger, and started developing some special tools for local farmers as well. The interesting thing is that most of the tool is same for all of the countries, but then the government reporting and field importing, this is something that you have special for every country, also in Latvia. Anyways, we ended up building a mobile application and a software application to organize your tasks, also some financial analysis, and farmers want to farm, they don't want to enter the data through, some mobile app or even a computer. So we now have some integrations with tractors to get data automatically. But most interesting thing is that already in the first prototype, we had something called humus balance calculator. We had no business idea behind this, but we included, and no farmer, frankly, no farmer was asking for this as well. But we thought that it's important to take care of your soil. And that was something that we were just deeply interested about, and built a simple tool to show that if you change your practices, you will see if your soil is improving or declining. Anyways, so this is about the past. At the time, we had no idea about carbon program or carbon farming or anything. But today, our core business is bringing the financial benefits to sustainable farmers. And we are doing it already in 14 countries. More than 1,000 farmers have joined this journey. So 500,000 hectares have already applied regenerative practices and sustainable practices like cover cropping and no-tilling, and etc. And we have in total 1.5 million hectares on the platform. So that's around 2,500 farmers. But there is a lot ahead of us, so this is only a fraction of all of the global farming land. Anyways, the main role in this is to play for farmers. So farmers are the main people behind this, but our job is support you guys in every step, you and my father and my grandfather and other farmers in every step. So what we do is we bring the financial benefits on the table. So one is the carbon credit income. So if you apply cover cropping, no-tilling, then you store more carbon in the soil, you remove CO2 from the atmosphere, and there are some companies who are ready to pay for you to do this practice. We have some Swedbank representatives today over here. Swedbank is already today giving a bit better interest rates if you apply those sustainable practices. All banks give better interest rates if you buy electric car, but it is difficult for them to say which farmer is applying cover cropping and direct drilling and so on. So this is where we help. Food companies are getting more and more, already paying today a bit premiums if you grow organic crops. But the next stage is that they are already, well, if you sell wheat, for example, then you get better price if some protein content is higher, right? Very shortly, you will get better price also if your carbon emissions are lower. So these are the additional financial benefits that we bring to farmers. Also, at the same time, those financial benefits are small compared to the wins and losses that you can get by applying those sustainable practices, like cover cropping and no-tilling. If you apply direct drilling in a wrong way, you can lose a lot. If you apply cover cropping in a wrong way, you can lose a lot. At the same time, if you do those things in a right way, you can also win a lot. So that's why we had a Bibe presenting over here before. We had that we are doing the field trials, and we are working with a lot of farmers like Charlie who are already applying these practices, so that we would do those mistakes and you wouldn't have to do those mistakes. So you can always call to eAgronom people. I will later share some names as well. You can always call to eAgronom people and ask, hey, what kind of cover crop mix I should use, or what do you think about direct drilling? Can I do this, or should I wait a bit, and so on. So being over there and supporting you. And then thirdly, the digital tools as well. Probably, well, I know my father, and he likes to farm. He doesn't want to stay in the computer doing reports to all different parties. So this is our goal with digital tools, so that you have one tool to report to the government, to bank, to food company, to landlord, and so on. And hopefully in the future, it will be fully automated, so that you wouldn't have to do almost any data entry manually. And talking about automating these things, then over here you see, so one thing that we are working on is satellite-based task detection. So right now we use satellites to verify if the information that farmers give us is correct, but in the future we will fill the data automatically as well. So over here you see that the field is still quite green. So there is cover crop. This is somewhere in the autumn. Cover crop is still growing. And also you see where the red line is that the radar index is quite high. And now if you go to the next slide, after cultivation, you see visually that field is brown, so cultivation has happened, and the radar index has dropped as well. So this is something that machine learning and artificial intelligence can detect automatically. And these are the things eventually that will help to fill eAgronom tool for you automatically. So you don't have to do any manual data entry, but this data will be there automatically already. Right now, we are still working on the tool. It's good enough to verify practices, but soon enough, it will already pre-fill the data for you. Anyways, as Bibe said, we are doing all kinds of different events to promote and show to farmers how different sustainable practices can be applied, like direct drilling. If you don't do direct drilling today, then you have many options. You can use like tens of different drills, but obviously it's difficult for you to decide. So we set up those events so that it would be easier for you in the end to decide what kind of drill is best for you. And I think, as Bibe said, in the last direct drilling day in Estonia, we had around 100 Latvian farmers also visiting. And we are in process of setting up similar experiments also in Latvia, and we do it in all of the countries we work. Same thing with cover crops, Pibe told about this. We want to set up same trials also in Latvia. We already did these trials in Lithuania, and right now also in Poland and in Spain, and also are setting up in other countries. And Latvia is the next obvious step to do the same field trials in Latvia as well. Because obviously the questions in your mind that you have is that what kind of cover crop mixes I should use, how will I implement the cover crop to get the maximum benefit? Because, quite often we treat cover cropping as like just cover cropping, but we should treat cover cropping as growing the main crop. How can I get maximum amount of biomass? Because this will give me the maximum benefits as well. Anyways, this is, the next slide will be the last one, but this is almost the last slide of my presentation. And the main message from my side is that we are here to support you in applying those sustainable and regenerative practices like cover cropping, direct drilling. Today it was mainly about cover cropping and direct drilling. I know that quite soon we will also set up trials about agroforestry and animal grazing, so that soon we can promote these practices as well. But you always have people in eAgronom who you can call. So the main contact person in Latvia is Diana. So she has a lot of experience already, but she has also network of advisors in all of our countries, like Pibe, who is our cover cropping experts. So she has done a lot of field trials, but also Simon, who has been farming all around the world, but also maybe farmers or our agronomical experts in Spain, who know very well how to cover crop in a dry region or when it's very dry period. But all in all, we are here to support you and making sure that whenever farmers apply these regenerative practices, then the result for the main crop is as good as possible. Thank you for participating today, and I hope that you will come back over here. And anyways, thank you.